Chronicles of Titania? I don't know if I've read this. You have an idea what you're talking about, the green-haired woman snorted and mockingly smiled. I visited many worlds, each built on a lie. All. Although this might be the first time I've seen its people so stubbornly close their eyes to it. Vizan felt a rage inside of him. How dare this woman, an outsider to Utopia of Titania, so harshly criticize a system that has guaranteed the happiness of millions? He thought to himself, if anyone is blind here, it's you, Vizan finally erupted. Titania knows no inequity, no scarcity. For the first time in human history, everyone belongs to the privileged class. The woman smiled softly with a mischievous twinkle in her amber eyes. Is that so? She asked. And your work at this cannery? Why are you unhappy there? Vizan forced himself to remain calm, and in truth, he wasn't sure why the stranger's comments had made him so upset. Perhaps it wasn't the foreigner's fault she could not comprehend. But then humankind had finally achieved the ideal society. Her home, as she described it, resembled a primitive world, one long tainted by the stain of feudalism. In a sense, she was like a child, intelligent, yes, but ignorant and self-righteous to a fault. There must be a group within society responsible for this type of work, Vizan explained. Thankfully, due to the advancement of robotics, the means of production have become fully automized and shifted away from our hands. We now serve only in supervisory roles, so to answer your question, no, I'm not unhappy. The robots do my work for me. Wait, do you know what robots are? You do know what robots are, right? Of course I do. We have something similar, only made from clay and stone. The lime-haired woman replied, still with a smug tone in her voice. Very well. Your world has done away with work done by hand, but if that is the case, does that not mean workers such as yourself have lost their former value? Are you suggesting there are none who govern your progress from above your standing, who determine your responsibilities? No response. The woman's golden eyes flashed as she laughed at Vizan's confused, flustered silence. My apologies, the stranger's lips curled into an embarrassed smile. Maybe you are an equal member of this corporation, but what I've seen here, nothing about it matches what you've described. Take this. Chrome Knight Love. I've gotten that several times. There's just so many things to be had. Wow. Mall Madness. Grand opening. In celebration of the Grand Imperial Mall's grand opening, we're offering 30% off everything in the house. Man, and I'm getting all this stuff for 100% off. Use code WELCOME30GIM to claim your savings now. Hundreds of offers on thousands of products. Can't decide what to buy? Talk with one of our expert sales advisors. Can't carry another bag more? Catch a movie at the cinema. Feeling worn out? Don't leave just yet. Napping pods are available on demand. Wow, napping pods. That'll do it. And don't forget, every purchase you make enters your name into a lottery for free tickets to the Ferris wheel and roller coaster. Dude, I didn't even see the roller coaster. You won't want to miss the best view of the Night City skyline in town. I'm definitely checking out the roller coaster. Money. 551C55. 55 E9 55. Yeah, that didn't quite work. It's okay. Sound system. Turn off. Take that. And then just do one more sweep over here. Security turret. Yeah, I don't want to turn that on. Anything else useful in here? Nada? Okay. Alright, we good. Clearance. I think we got some mall clearance.
Okay, at the van. No sign of the runner.
I see what you see. No chatter. Now, interface with the van.
Looking for a career change? Join Netwatch. Tracking down Blood Mage renegades. Oh, so basically Netwatch is the Templar Order. Combating demons, rebuilding the American net. These are just some of the daily tasks entrusted to the special agents at Netwatch. If you'd rather lose your eyes than your deck, if you'd rather lose your eyes than your deck, if an encounter with Mephistopheles is just another walk in the park for you, then maybe it's time you joined our team. Here's what you can expect to contribute as a Netwatch agent: patrolling all public access levels of the net, tracking and eradicating illegal netrunner activity, hunting down dangerous rogue AI, exploring and neutralizing threats in the oldest parts of the deep net, prohibiting the movement of people and AI across the Black Wall, assisting the expansion of secure net space for public use. Yeah, definitely Templars. Thanks to Netwatch, thousands of people can freely use approved search engines and other net services without fear of falling victim to nefarious demon threats. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, we serve tirelessly to eliminate corrupted data forts, safeguard our information, and arrest dangerous cyber criminals. Do you have what it takes? Apply today. Still loots to be had. Wow, look at all this. It's Christmas. Ooh, nice. Carrying enough to be encumbered. That's a good problem to have. Alright. I'm gonna be leveling up soon. Cottonmouth hammer. Dismantle that. I'm sure that's really heavy. Sasquatch's hammer. That's pretty heavy, I'm sure. Let's organize this by weight. Double barrel shotgun. Is that actually better than... No. Let's do weight. Alright, dismantle, dismantle, dismantle. Dismantle, dismantle, disassemble, disassemble, disassemble. Got a legendary JKE Kenshin. Sweet. Disassemble. 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 Okay. Level up. We got some perk points. What else do I want to do? Eliminating a target affected by a quick hack instantly recovers 1 RAM unit. Quick hack deals response damage. Quick hacks deal crit damage. Quick hacks deal 10% more damage. I kind of want to do increase the duration of daemon effects by 100%. That's actually pretty cool. Uploading 3 more demons in the breach control shortens quick hack cooldowns by 30% for a minute. That's actually really nice. 3 or more demons in the same breach protocol. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Quicken cooldowns. Reduces the length of sequences required to upload demons by 1. Ooh. Cannot be reduced below 2. Length of sequences required to upload demons by 1. Oh, okay, I see. I mean, that's not as bad. Because, I mean, I can do a decent job of the sequences, so I don't think I need that this moment. This one I probably want. Increase the duration of demon effects. Uploading 3 more demons shortens quick cooldowns by 30%. Let's do that. That one's a good idea. Alright. Hit it. Jack in. What you got?
Got you. Can you tell me what we're looking at?
Get a flow map of Pacifica. They hunt away.
Who is they?
Netwatch. They always out to fuck us.
Yeah. Ooh, cool.
Must have pissed them off recently, huh? I really doubt they'd attack like this on the road.
One reason only. Always the same. Hueso Agüe. It is a net they cannot see, cannot touch.
What are they looking for exactly?
Internal data forts. If they crush our eyes, they take Agüe and the entire net. They return to the dark time of Botmos.
We probably got, what, web crawlers, code mirrors?
We do. They also want them.
How bad's it look?
I do not know how much data they pull, but their map is not complete.
Okay.
They still not have source validation.
Okay.
Okay, so what's on me to do?
We must reach the agent. Easy now to find him. Look at the map. He is in cinema.
Step away now. This isn't your fight.
Nat,
What? Proceed, what?
Uh-oh.
God, push them.
Uh-oh.
The runner know you are here. Hunt him.
Can't just scorch him via the net. He's gotta be jacked into the van.
I cannot piece his protection. You must find him. Face him.
Fine. Don't want to mess with Netwatch. Nah, I'm not afraid. How do I find him?
What do I do once I find him?
I will tell you. The agent man tries to cut you off. There is a gate behind the community. I will open it.
Behind the comm unit. Thank you.
Now to the second floor, the cinema.
Let's do this. Come on, where are you at? Come on.
Invade him. We need access to their data. Clear? You must first.
Proceed?
Ooh. Hey, I feel like I've recognized this. I love the ambiance here. Maybe I should save. Oh, I can't save right now? That's fine. Alright, Netrunner. Where are you at?
Whoa, hey. Easy.
What did you do?
Well, now we can talk in private.
Oh, can I screw someone
Just
over
severed
now?
the connection to the rest of Pacifica. Gives us a little time.
Alright, don't try anything funny.
Let's go. Any deal has to come quick.
Sasquatch has been an animals group leader since 2075. The leader of animals, a she, I love it. She has shown a willingness to listen to her subroutines, but has shown no lapses in discipline nor respect for her command. Physical capability formidable, intelligence average, but her well above average cunning and agility, characteristic of the animals gang, make up for her deficiencies in high-level technical skills. Strengths: responsible, task-oriented, professional. Weakness: independence verging on arrogance. Effectiveness: leading previous tasks high. Recommend for current task? Yes. I like the way you dress, dude.
Just a second ago, you tried to flatline me. Now you want to talk?
Flatline? No, just discouraged. But it looks like I underestimated you.
Capacity agent, enough to chatter. I'm gonna hear him out.
All right, then let's hear it.
from one corpo to
Had
another.
a specter on you, didn't you? Saw and heard all you did. You followed his orders. No idea what the Voodoo boys are paying you, but our pockets are deeper.
Not interested. I just need an in with the Voodoo chief.
Not interested. Not a money job for me. Just need an in with Mama Brigitte. Voodoo chefing.
Brigitte and her lapdog T. Neptune have been frozen several days now, ever since we shrouded their subnet with ice.
Interesting.
And you? Well, you were sent here to free them.
Oh.
Do you know why they didn't tell you everything? 'Cause you're a Ranyan. That's what they call outsiders brought in for special jobs, floor rags.
I figured as much.
When you're no longer needed, they chuck you. A fate for all Ranyans.
I mean, V kind of figured that was the case. You defeated Brigitte? How?
You have Brigitte? And how'd you manage that?
When we took the mall, we knew the VDBs had sent runners. T. Neptune breached first, to see what was going on. When we iced him, Brigitte dove in after him, used him to shield herself. Tough cookie, that one, but still finds herself stuck.
Alright, I still want to hear this guy out. Care to back what you set up?
Got anything to back that claim? That the Voodoos want to set me up?
Wanna? They did it already. Soon as you handed over your link, slipped in the Spectre antivirus.
Oh, well, I wonder what Johnny thinks of
If
this.
he was there. He's working you. So obvious it hurts.
Ask for proof. Besides, I'd know.
That's so? Then please take a look. Run a system diagnostic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fine.
I want to know the truth as much as possible.
And? Nothing out of place. No trace of...
Do it again, then cross-check the result against the first.
Something's different.
Identical, right?
No?
Because it's not a real scam, it's a copy.
Alright, let's hear your offer. Why not attack the Voodoos head on?
Why not attack them head on? I'm guessing you've identified the Voodoo top brass.
So what if we have? See me as a sly assassin, offing them one by one?
Please, don't act like the corps who finance Netwatch don't farm out wet work. Let alone the armies they have at their beck and call.
Armies make too much noise. And the Voodoos are skittish as field mice.
What is your beef with the Voodoos?
What's your beef with the Voodoos?
Any idea how many attacks from behind the Black Wall we neutralized last year?
Want me to guess?
So you don't know. No one in Night City knows, outside of us. And no one wants to know. People imagine it as a great border wall, a one-time solution to protect humanity forever. Whereas, it's more like a torn-open trash bag taped over a busted window. And the Voodoo boys will not stop poking holes in the fucking thing.
Brigitte and the other one, Neptune. What's their condition?
Tags are active, so the VDBs must be keeping them alive from their side.
But they can't sustain that.
They cannot, which in turn makes Brigitte and T less useful to us. Tried using their interface to breach the Voodoo subnet, but Brigitte proved stubborn. She managed to take some bites out of our systems before we secured her.
Little taste of your own medicine? The data collection. Why would you target Pacifica's runners?
That's the job.
This is about Rezo Agua, isn't it? Can't have an indie net where you aren't welcome to protect and serve, huh?
No such thing as an independent net. If the Voodoo boys breach the Black Wall, we'll all be fucked one way or the other.
Alright, let me hear your offer at least.
All right.
What are you
What are
offering?
you offering?
A compromise. I'll fish the Voodoo virus out of your system.
Ooh.
And I'll release both Brigitte and T. Neptune. They'll wake up like nothing ever happened. Not to worry. And all you gotta do is let us walk. With our data.
Ooh, this is a tough.
Thoughts?
This
Clock's
is a
flipping digits.
tough. This is a tough decision. Do I
Digits flipping fast on the clock.
Okay, you know what, Agent? Okay, so this is tough because, I don't really trust either of them. I don't think V doesn't seem to, like, particularly care too much for the Voodoo boys or Netwatch. I should preface, I shouldn't say he's neutral to both. He doesn't really care, like, at the end of the day, because the Voodoo boys, have been crazy sketch with him, and Netwatch is being crazy sketch. They're both crazy sketch. So I guess the question now is, like, which one is the least crazy sketch, at least in V's eyes? So this sounds like V is going to be selling his soul to the devil, but so on one hand, trying to think about this in character. On one hand, V is a corpo, so you could argue that Netwatch, compared to the Voodoo Boys and Netwatch, like, the Netwatch is closer to corpo, and so they kind of speak the same language. So V might have at least a subconscious bias towards Netwatch. But you could also argue that because he is a corpo, he knows how corrupt, like, corporations like Netwatch can be. So, he's very familiar, not a stranger at all to that. At the same time, it's not like gangs like the Voodoo Boys aren't corrupt either. They're not. So yeah, this feels like pick your poison. It feels like, which one does V end up feeling is the lesser of the two evils? Oh, this is tough. And I don't want this to sway his decision, but, like, part of me kind of wants to just side with the Netwatch because it's what Johnny doesn't want you to do. And if I was being consistent, V typically finds Johnny's suggestions by now maybe 75% of the times. 75% of the time, like, Johnny's calls are not the right calls, I would say. At least based on V's experience, Johnny's calls are 75% they're not the right call. So I don't think that necessarily would factor in V's decision, but it definitely factors in my decision because I'm still not. I know what Johnny's selling. I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying what he's selling. So again, I don't trust either of them. So I either don't take the offer that the Netwatch is doing and go with a group that I don't trust, which is the Voodoo Boys, who are sketch AF, or I remain with the Voodoo Dolls, the Voodoo Boys, betray them and go with another group that is sketch AF. Decisions. Okay, so here is how I am going to make this very interesting, fascinating decision. So I am planning, because so far, like I said, I am absolutely enjoying the snot out of this game. I am planning on replaying Cyberpunk again with a different V, with a different background, either nomad or street kid, a female version that's going to romance the snot out of River Ward. Like, that's definitely a given. Actually, honestly, that's really the main reasons why. That is the main reason why I replay this game, is just to romance the snot out of River Ward. But also to be able to make some decisions that are different from my male V's decision. And hopefully, my intention is to do an LP of that replay, not showing you every single thing, but maybe showing you just bits and pieces that are unique to my second V's experience. So that's my plan. And I feel like this decision is a perfect decision where both V's can diverge. And the more I think about it, if my V, my female V, my femme V, was a street kid or a nomad, I find her very less likely to side with Netwatch during this decision. I don't know. My gut just is telling me that she would stick with the Voodoo Boys, just because I'm having that inkling. Whereas for my male V, I can see him really going with either one. And so I think that because my plan is for my femme V to side with the Voodoo Boys, I kind of want to then default my male V to side with Netwatch. And plus, I have a inkling feeling that for most Let's Players, at least for their first playthrough, my gut is saying that most of them would stick with the Voodoo Boys, because I guess the tendency might be to stay loyal to the original group that they're helping. But like, my V is loyal. He is loyal, but he never really fully established a rapport with the Voodoo Boys. Like, he never really firmly like rooted his loyalty to any group right now, either the Netwatch nor the Voodoo Boys, because he never really had. I mean, to be perfectly honest, Placide was kind of like rough around the edges with him, and I don't know. It just wasn't. Not that Dexter Deshawn was like any better, but I feel like it was a little bit easier for V to deal with Dexter Deshawn, at least initially, even though he like betrayed him at the very end. But anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Yeah, I feel like V might. I guess the other explanation is, as flawed. V is a flawed character. He probably has some unconscious bias. Dealing more with the Netwatch, because I think he's a little bit sketched out by the Voodoo Boys a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna go for it, and hoping that if it's true, that most Let's Players will probably remain loyal to the Venga Boys, the Venga Boys, that's different group, the Voodoo Boys, the Venga Boys. I think most Let's Players would go that route, is my feeling, and therefore maybe you'll get to see a route that you normally don't get to see, and that's not a bad thing. So that's my decision. I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay, do it.
I knew we'd have a meeting of the mind.
Plus, I know that Johnny
Can't
would
believe
like
you're
it.
falling for this shit.
Hey, both of them played me. I think both of them are playing with me. At least I get to choose which one's gonna play me. Take the chip. This is probably a huge mistake, but you know what?
Oh, almost forgot.
Yeah?
Mercenary's leaving. He's joined the team, so be nice. Don't want any problems.
This is probably a huge mistake.
Good luck. Got a feeling we'll be seeing each other.
Alright, that's fine. This is probably a huge mistake. And it may or may not affect the ending. But if I was being completely honest, I am way more... I wouldn't say way. I am slightly more curious. Slightly more curious about, what would happen if we switched over to Netwatch than I am by sticking with and staying with the Voodoo Boys. I don't know. For me, I kind of want to know what would happen in this route. Slightly more curious about it.